to tell us more about DeFi lending and leverage investing in crypto, we're so delighted to have with us Peter Summers from BitMarkets. So everybody, could you please put your hands together to welcome Peter? A round of applause, please.
Hello everyone, it's nice to see you here. I'm Peter from BitMarkets, which is a centralized crypto exchange based in Europe. We came here today to explore new markets and new opportunities in Asia. So it's a really great networking event, and I'm happy to give you some more introduction and more knowledge when it comes to DeFi lending or leveraged investing. So mainly aimed for the beginners, but also some advanced traders or investors can find something new within the presentation, hopefully. So the agenda that we'll be going through is explaining some introductory stuff about the DeFi and the pillars of DeFi. We'll be covering the lending and borrowing specifically, ended up with the margin trading, and also having a few words about the stablecoins. Just let me allow to put a little bit of a disclaimer here, since we will be going through some of financial advices that shall not be considered as a financial advice indeed. So nothing in this presentation or in my speech shall be considered as an investment or any type of advice. So let's start with the key factors of decentralized finance. Probably most of you know that the three main key factors are the cryptography, blockchain, and the smart contracts. You need the cryptography for the calls or the transactions to be properly encrypted, maybe even anonymous. You need the blockchain as a distributed ledger that the transaction can happen and could be tracked on. And lastly, you need the smart contracts with the terms and conditions that are usually incorporated in the code itself. How the DeFi works, I think that the best example of how DeFi works is to explain it through the comparison between the CFI and the DeFi, or the traditional finance and the decentralized finance. So basically, in the DeFi sector, you usually have only two parties dealing with each other. However, in the centralized finance, you have multiple parties dealing with each other, making it more costly for you to transact your assets, or even like more in time. It takes so much time to just send assets internationally. So the main difference in the DeFi is to provide you with the effectiveness and it's cheap technology of your assets being transacted. So when it comes to the pillars of the DeFi, there are 5 main pillars of the DeFi. There are also creating the main pillars in the traditional finance as well. So for example, we have lending and borrowing, which is a very important pillar in the traditional finance too, as well as the insurance. Then we have the stable coins or decentralized exchanges that are very important pillars in the DeFi sector. And lastly, we have the margin trading that we'll have some more words on in the last slides. So let's start with the stable coins. They can be either in the form of custodial or non-custodial, usually packed to some stable currency or an asset, right? It can be fiat currency, or it can be a commodity like gold or oil. They provide you with the possibility of lower transaction fees and eliminates the volatility in the DeFi, right? So stablecoins are mainly utilized for the traders and investors on the decentralized exchanges if they want to have some stability in trading on the DEXs. There are faster transaction execution as well, and the security. You might be asking why there is a question mark behind the security. Well, some of the stable coins, like for example USD, Tether, do not wish to disclose their reserves, for example. So we are not 100% sure if they really have 100% coverage for all their Tethers out there. So the security can be very questionable, and you should treat it really carefully when choosing your stable coins to invest on the decentralized exchanges. So lending and borrowing, usually it comes in a simple form, right? You have again two parties dealing with each other. You have a lender, you have a borrower, and usually a lender is lending you the money. You are paying him, as a borrower, you are paying him some interest, and you can utilize your money in your best way, either start a business, use this money for the investing, and so on. So simple stuff as exactly as in the traditional finance, but here are the benefits of the DeFi or of the lending and borrowing in the DeFi sector. So there is no maturity of repayment at all, right? So basically there is no termed or like a time that is keeping you tight on your loan, like when it's due to be repaid. So you are freely to be using and benefiting from the loan as long as you can. It's associated with leverage as well, which we will have a few words on after this slide. And it also comes with the over-collateralization. So as in every loan, you need to put some collateral, right? So basically in traditional finance, you usually need to put up like a 10, 20, maybe 30% of the loan value as a collateral. But here in DeFi, you actually need to over-collateralize on the loan, which means that you don't put up 20 or 30%, but you put up 120 or 130% of the loan value as a collateral. Now, you might be asking, like, what is the benefit of taking out the loan if I need to put more money to give more money to the lender as I'm receiving? So the main benefit is that, for example, if you are a holder of some cryptocurrency like Bitcoin or Ethereum, you can use this cryptocurrency as a collateral and borrow assets, for example, in stablecoins like USDT. And now, if you want to start your business with this USDT, you can take a USDT as a loan. You will exchange it on a crypto exchange as US dollar, for example. And now you have US dollars. You can start up the business, open up, any restaurants or anything that you want to. It's up on your interest. And while you are doing all of this, starting your own business, you are still benefiting from the Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever cryptocurrency you will put up as a collateral, and you're benefiting from its valuation, right? So that's why the over-collateralization is not a disadvantage, but it's rather a benefit. It's also a benefit for the lender because it's making the lender to be on the safe side, right? As lender is borrowing you the money in the DeFi sector, since you are the full custodian of the money or of the assets that you are borrowing, you can do anything with them. You can run away with them. You don't even have to repay them back, right? So that's why the lender also requires the loan to be, or the collateral to be more than the actual loan value. Then we also have the possibility of the flash loans. Flash loans are a type of loans that are happening in the matter of few seconds. It is usually incorporated within one liquidity pool and within one transaction block. So basically, if you want to take a loan, you borrow money from the smart contract without the collateral. So in the flash loan, there is no need for the collateral. Then you need to take an action. So you basically utilize the loan in terms of the quick investment on some exchange. And then you need to return the loan in the matter of few seconds, and you will retain the proceeds. This is mainly beneficial for the high frequency traders, for example. This is usually done by the trading bots, by the automatic trading strategies, because this loan needs to be returned within the same transaction block, and it means that it needs to be returned within 1 second. So you only have few seconds for your investment opportunity. And lastly, we have the margin trading. Margin trading has been an important factor, important pillar of traditional finance, and it will be an important pillar of the decentralized finance as well. So in margin trading, you have instant credit access to the capital and to the investments, to the assets that you want to invest in. There is a leverage flexibility, so you can choose how much of a leverage you want to use and how much of a leverage you want to utilize in terms of investing to the assets that you want to capitalize on. And you have multiple choice of assets for the collateral, right? It means that, as I said at the beginning, if you're taking out the loan in the DeFi, you can put up different assets as a collateral and a benefit from its valuation while you are starting some business. For the margin trading here in BitMarkets, for example, in our crypto exchange, you can use again any cryptocurrency of your choice as a collateral, and you can open your position or open your investment position in other asset. For example, I don't know, gold maybe, right? Gold has been a quite interesting investment for the past few months because of all of these banks, defaulting and inflation picking up and money printing and all of these, right? So gold has been a good investment opportunity and probably will be a good investment opportunity throughout the whole year. So and we do offer a trading and investment opportunity in gold on our exchange. It's packed to the Tether, so it provides you with the stability of a commodity. So basically what you can do is that you can use your Bitcoins as a collateral, open a position on the gold, right? And while you are benefiting from the valuations of the gold, you are also benefiting from the valuation of your Bitcoins at the same time, while you didn't have to transact or exchange your Bitcoins to US dollars to buy the gold, right? So this is how we provide you with the multi-asset collateral and also a multi-asset settlement. So that was it. This is like the benefits from the spot and margin valuations. Just a quick presentation of my keynote. And if you want to learn more about us, about BitMarkets, we have the booth right here. If you exit this conference hall, you can see us. Come to our booths. We'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Yep. Thank you so much.